Episode number 37. But there are four against you. Leave off, I command you. Ah, if you command me, that's another thing, said Baccarat. As you are my commander, it is my duty to obey. And springing backward, he broke his sword across his knee to avoid the necessity of surrendering it, threw the pieces over the convent wall, and crossed his arms, whistling a cardinal stare. Bravery is always respected, even in an enemy. The Musketeers saluted Baccarat with their swords, and returned them to their sheaths. D'Artagnan did the same. Then, assisted by Baccarat, the only one left standing, he bowed Jussac, Cahusac, and one of Aramis's adversaries, who was only wounded, under the porch of the convent. The fourth, as we have said, was dead. They then rang the bell, and carrying away 4 swords out of 5, they took their road, intoxicated with joy, towards the hotel of M. de Treville. They walked arm in arm, occupying the whole width of the street, and taking in every musketeer they met, so that in the end it became a triumphal match. The heart of D'Artagnan swam in delirium. He matched between Athos and Porthos, pressing them tenderly. "If I am not yet a musketeer," said he to his new friends, as he passed through the gateway of M. de Treville's hotel, "at least I have entered upon my apprenticeship, haven't I?" 6. His Majesty King Louis Roman XIII. This affair made a great noise. M. de Treville scolded his musketeers in public, and congratulated them in private. But as no time was to be lost in gaining the king, M. de Treville hastened to report himself at the Louvre. It was already too late. The king was closeted with the cardinal, and M. de Treville was informed that the king was busy, and could not receive him at that moment. In the evening M. de Treville attended the king's gaming table. The king was winning, and as he was very avaricious, he was in an excellent humor. Perceiving M. de Treville at a distance, "Come here, Monsieur Captain," said he. "Come here, that I may growl at you. Do you know that His Eminence has been making fresh complaints against your musketeers, and that with so much emotion, that this evening His Eminence is indisposed? Ah, these musketeers of yours are very devils, fellows to be hanged." "No, sir," replied Treville, who saw at the first glance how things would go. "On the contrary, they are good creatures, as meek as lambs, and have but one desire, I'll be their warranty. And that is that their swords may never leave their scabbards, but in your Majesty's service. But what are they to do? The guards of Monsieur the Cardinal are forever seeking quarrels with them, and for the honor of the corps even, the poor young men are obliged to defend themselves." "Listen to Monsieur de Treville," said the king. "Listen to him. Would not one say he was speaking of a religious community? In truth, my dear captain, I have a great mind to take away your commission, and give it to Mademoiselle de Kemmerholt, to whom I promised an abbey. But don't fancy that I am going to take you on your bare word. I am called Louis the Just, Monsieur de Treville, and by and by we will see." "Ah, sir, it is because I confide in that justice that I shall wait patiently and quietly the good pleasure of your Majesty.